Hello everyone, it's DiegoDoom here, and today I'm bringing you another review. Today I'll be reviewing Storm Fewture Ex-Gokin Getter 2 Repaint version. Now we all know the history of Getter 2. For those of you who do not know, I will cover that at a later review. But nonetheless, what makes this piece truly spectacular and very special is the simple fact that this piece was sculpted by none other than Taku Sato, also known as Professor Robo. Professor Robo was a famous toy sculptor who was known for creating some very unique and interesting designs based off of our favorite classic super robot characters. Unfortunately, Professor Robo passed away in 2006, but he left behind an absolutely amazing legacy of unique designs based off of our favorite super robot characters. But nonetheless, Storm Fewture Ex-Gokin Getter 2 Repaint version is another fantastic release in the Ex-Gokin line. Getter 2 has a superb sculpt, superb paint applications, superb diecast content, fantastic accessories, and a good range of articulation. So first, let's take a look at Getter 2's box. So now we have Getter 2's box. Initially, this box comes inside of a larger shipping carton. Unfortunately, I do not have that shipping carton, so we'll move beyond that. But also, I have pre-removed the protective plastic bag that covers this inner box. So, initially, we were treated to a very nice black high-gloss finish sleeve here. Very cool here. As you can see, we have some very nice artwork featuring Getter 2's head. We have half his face covered, half his face uncovered. We also have on the box Future Models Ex-Gokin, Getter Robot, Getter 2, plus Get Machine Jaguar repaint version. So very cool here. A very nice sleeve. Very cool here. And, as always, you get this true sense you're dealing with a high-end collector's product. So very nice here. We'll pop off the sleeve. Once we remove the sleeve here, we're treated to some even more nice artwork here. So now we have Getter 2's chest here, which shows the inner working, so very nice here. Very cool. Same great text as always at the bottom. Getter Robot, Getter 2, plus Get Machine Jaguar repaint version. Very cool there. Once we pop the lid here, and as always, the lids on these boxes seem to have some kind of weird reverse vacuum suction going on, so kind of bear with me as I pop the lid here, because it can be a little bit tough and troublesome here, so we'll get that off as best and as fast as we can. Pop that lid right off, okay? Once we remove the lid, we're treated to two nice white flaps here. Open up these two flaps, and now we have the instructions for the Getter 2 figure here. These are some very nice instructions here. They showcase all the attributes of the figure here, and it's very nicely done and very detailed, so very cool here. Very nice. Once we open up the flaps and remove the instructions, we'll pop this styrofoam lid here. Pull that off. And then, if Getter 2 was actually inside of here, we would see him encased in plastic along with all his accessories. So, very nice here. As always, you can tell that Fewture takes the utmost care in handling our products for these very high-end Getter figures. That's definitely very cool. So, now we have the box out of the way, let's go ahead and take a look at Getter 2's accessories. So now we have Getter 2's accessories. Getter 2 comes with a pair of open hands, one Getter Energy Core, one Getter Energy Tube, 3 pairs of medallions, 2 different drills, one Get Machine Jaguar, and 1 stand. So first, let's take a look at the open hands here. The open hands have a fantastic sculpt as well as a fantastic paint application going on here. As you can see, a very nice mechanical and detailed claw-like sculpt here. Very cool here. A very nice light blue or kind of grayish paint app going on the top part of the hand, so very nicely done here. Now, these hands attached via a ball peg system here, so we'll grab our Getter 2 figure over here. We're going to remove the fist here. Now, I must warn, it is very difficult to swap hands on this figure, but that's not the most difficult part of this figure just yet. But with the hands, it's kind of tough, so we'll pop that off as best we can. And do hold this at the base because you don't want to stress any of the other joints on this figure. So we'll pull that off as best we can or work it off. See if we can get that. There we go. Pops off very loudly. Pretty cool there. I'm just going to peg that right in like so. And we'll just support Getter 2 as best we possibly can to force that in. So let's get a little bit of focus here while we're at it. Okay. And push that in. And it can be very difficult. There we have it. And as you can see, they took a lot of force for just a slight pop, but still very cool. Very nice rotation, very nice movement. So definitely very cool there. The next accessory that Getter 2 comes with is his Getter Energy Core here. Now the core here is a very simple, small engine-like piece here. A very nice accessory here. Very well detailed. Now how this enters into Getter 2, we'll grab him with his hollowed out chest here. And it's actually going to slot in here in this area. So we'll put this in at a slight angle. And it slots in pretty well. Let's see if I can get that in on the first try. Nope. it can be a little bit tricky, but once you have it in, it'll go into place perfectly. So now we have Getter 2 powered up, so definitely cool there. The next accessory that Getter 2 comes with is his Getter Energy tube here. This tube is very nice here, a very simple accessory, just a piece of clear green plastic here, but still bursting full of Getter Energy. Now how this attaches here, we have Getter 2's waist area here, and what we have to do is unhinge the two notches from the sides here. So we'll slightly unhinge that. And this piece is actually going to slide down and fold down as well. So we're going to slide it down and fold it down on the hinge there. So it can go down a lot more, I believe. Nope, that's about it. Okay. So here, in the waist area here, we have the flush cap just like with Getter 1 here. And we're going to pull that cap off. Get some focus there. So pop that bad boy off right there. Get out as best we can. Kind of hard to demonstrate. Okay, there we go. Then we'll grab our Getter Energy tube, and now we're inserting massive Getter Energy into Getter 2. So pretty cool there, very nice gimmick. So we'll pull that right back out. We'll put our flush cap back on there. Put that back, and make sure this is slid up and hinged back into place. So very cool there. The next accessories that Getter 2 comes with are his 3 sets of Getter medallions here. So the first set here is a numerical set, and these are die-cast. So definitely cool. You have the 1, 2, and 3 here. Then also you have a set of kanji medallions. Now my previous review for Getter 1, I did misspoke. I thought I called these the numerical kanji, but actually I think they stand for eagle, jaguar, and bear. Because you have Getter 1 eagle, Getter 2 jaguar, and Getter 3 bear. So I did misspeak on that first review, so please forgive me for that, but still very cool. And then the final set here, this is actually for the Get Machine Jaguar here. We have the Jaguar kanji and the number 2, so definitely very cool. Now these medallions peg into Getter 2's back here, so we'll spin him around. You have 3 different holes here, and you can insert the kanji or the numbers. I prefer the numbers here. So the configuration for Getter 2 is 2 and 3, like so. Get that on as best we can. And finally, 1. Now, one thing I absolutely must warn, when you put in this bottom medallion here, it is very hard to get out. And as you can see here, as I was trying to work the medallion out, I did kind of chip some of the paint. So if you're going to pull these medallions out, do handle it with the utmost care for the bottom piece. Push it in, and there we have Getter 2 fully assembled, 2, 3, 1, and we're ready to go. So definitely very cool there. The next accessory that Getter 2 comes with is his drill. Now the first drill here is very nicely done, has a very nice steampunk design here. Now this is unfortunately plastic. I really do wish it was a die cast, but still very cool. A very nice actual screw type drill bit here, so definitely very cool. Very nice engine boosters coming out from the sides. A very cool accessory here. Now how this attaches to Getter 2, and this honestly is the most nerve-wracking part of this figure. What you have to do is remove this lower forearm assembly here, and I must warn, it is absolutely and extremely hard. Every time I attempt this, I feel like I'm going to break my figure, so we'll just go ahead and try it out. So, do be aware when you're doing this, just do this the best way possible without stressing the other joints in the figure. So we'll kind of support it here. We're going to try and work it off as best we can. Okay, that came off pretty easy, but typically it does not. I probably didn't have it pushed in all the way. But as you can see, it is a very tight peg hole here, and it's actually in a octagon shape, so it gives a very tight and firm connection there. But still, this can be extremely hard to pull off, so do handle it with the utmost care. So now we have the drill here. We're just going to peg that in like so. Pretty simple here. And we'll get that in as best we can, or as far as we possibly can. So let's see. Going. It's in there as best we can get it for right now, but still very cool. So a very nice accessory. Now you did notice that shoulder piece fell off, and that's just a matter of pegging that in, because that's just one little issue that kind of happens with my figure in particular. So we'll push that back in. Pretty easy. So the drill here, a very impressive accessory here. I really do wish it was die cast, but it's not. But still, it's very cool. A very nice long drill too. So absolutely fantastic here. The next accessory that Getter 2 comes with is the larger drill here. Now again, unfortunately, this is a piece of plastic, but still it's very nicely done here. Very nicely detailed, very nice paint apps going on here. Very nice groove, so pretty cool. But this is a hollow piece of plastic. Now how this attaches together too, once you have the actual drill on, this is actually going to slot over top of it. And that's pretty much it. A very nice accessory. I really do wish though that these were die cast, or at least one or the other was die cast, but still very cool. Now one thing I also must mention, once this larger piece of drill is on, it does make it hard for Getter 2 to hold this drill appropriately. It'll kind of just plop down, so do be aware of that. And I'm not sure if we need to tighten up the joint here, or it's just something we'll just have to endure, but still a very nice accessory. The next accessory that Getter 2 comes with is the Get Machine Jaguar. Now this accessory is very nice here, very cool, very well painted, very nicely detailed here. Definitely very cool. The boosters are actually articulated as well, so we can pop these out here. And there's actually a plastic tab here, and you can pull the boosters out over that tab, so pop it out like so. And now the boosters are actually articulated, so pretty cool there. We can flex these in and out, and we can have the Get Machine 2 doing a barrel roll, so very cool there. Also on the bottom here, for the medallions, we have, again, the Jaguar and the number 2. So I always prefer using the numbers versus the kanji here, and we actually put that in the bottom. So very nicely done here. And this is actually a very nice big piece of die cast, so it's definitely very cool to the touch. Actually fantastic. Very fantastic. I really enjoy this piece. So also, the Get Machine Jaguar comes with a stand here, which pretty much puts it in a launching pose. So we'll put these back in order here and put that on. So, very nicely done here. This is definitely a very cool accessory. Very nice. So, give me one moment and we'll take a look at the stand. So now we have the stand. Now the stand here is very nicely done, but as always, I really do wish we had some kind of nameplate here. It'd be nice to have the Getter 2 nameplate here on the stand, but we don't, but still it's very nicely done here. The stand actually is a piece of hard plastic here. The adjustable rod here is actually metal, so pretty cool there. We can adjust the height of the rod by adjusting this knob here. Pretty cool there. We'll get that in the focus. There we go. So adjustable rod here, we'll pull that right back up. Very nice here. Tighten that up. Then the actual clip piece here, we can adjust this variously. So very nice hard ratcheting joints here. Pretty cool. It can turn side to side. Very nice there. One thing I also forgot to mention in my previous review, the stand here is actually adjustable in a forward and back motion here. So we can slide this forward and back as well. So definitely very cool there. Now, how the stand attaches to Getter 2, we'll put that back in, spin it around. We have the Getter 2 figure here. We're actually going to hook this piece in around the waist and then actually peg in this top piece just below the 3 on Getter 2's spine. So we'll just hook it in like so, pull this up all the way. Pretty cool there. Get that, start that over again, spread its legs out, get it hooked in as best we possibly can and peg that in. We'll tip this up. And next you will actually need a Phillips head screwdriver here to actually tighten this stand down. If you can see way up top there, I'm tightening this down. So get that on as best we can. And now we have Getter 2 securely on the stand here. Now I'm going to have to adjust this down just a little bit. So there you have it. Now the stand here is very nicely done. And once you actually have your Ex-Gokins attached to their stands, you do not have to worry ever again of them falling over or anything like that. So definitely very cool. Now typically, you know, the figures don't tumble over or anything like that, but still, it doesn't hurt to have an extra piece of security there with these stands. So definitely very cool. So now we have the stand out of the way, let's go ahead and take a look at the Getter 2 figure itself. So now we have the Getter 2 figure itself. Getter 2 has a superb sculpt, superb paint applications, superb diecast content, and a good range of articulation. So first, let's start with the articulation in the head. So Getter 2 can look left, he can look right, he can look very high up and very far down. The shoulders move in and out ever so slightly. The shoulders also have a very nice soft ratcheting 360 rotation here. Very cool. The elbow here bends 90 degrees initially, then the forearm bends another 90 degrees. So you have this almost but not quite double jointed elbow, so very nice there. The pincers here are articulated as well. Very nice there. The upper chest here can turn left and right ever so slightly, as well as the lower waist, but the lower waist is a lot tighter, so do handle that with the utmost care there. So pretty cool there. Then the legs here, they can kick out this far forward. Very nice, some very nice hard ratcheting joints there. They can also kick out to the side here for a very nice high side kick, so definitely very cool there. The knees are double jointed as well, so we can bend this up all the way. Very nice double jointed knee there. We'll get some focus going on. Pretty cool. Now with this figure here, the shins are die cast and the thighs are plastic, so you don't have to worry about metal rubbing on metal and messing up the paint on this figure, so that's pretty cool there. In the feet here, only the toes are articulated and come out about this high, so very nice there. So as a whole, the articulation of this figure is pretty good. Now one thing I must warn, due to the distribution and die-cast content on this figure, he tends to have a hard time standing up. We'll go over the die-cast in just a moment, but as far as the sculpt for this figure, it's absolutely amazing and definitely fantastic here. Very nicely detailed, a very unique design provided to us by Professor Robo. Definitely very cool here. And one very neat gimmick here, we can actually tip up Getter 2's head here, and you'll see a very nice menacing face inside. Very cool here. So, as you can see, he has teeth here too, so this is absolutely fantastic. Now, I really do wish we could remove this piece to see more of his face, but what we do see is very nice, so definitely cool. A very angry Getter 2. Definitely cool. In terms of diecast content for Getter 2, we'll zoom out just a little bit. The upper chest and the shoulders here are diecast. The center abdomen here is diecast. The crotch area is diecast. The top part of the thighs is plastic, where the shins are diecast as well as the feet. And on the back here also that holds the medallions in, it is diecast too. So definitely very cool. A very nice, hefty, and weighted figure. It's just that due to the distribution and diecast, he does have a hard time standing up on his own. And it was somewhat difficult posing him too. So just do be aware of that. And as we all know, with the Ex-Gokin figures, these are more of display pieces than play pieces, so the articulation really doesn't matter that much. And if you can't stand up, it's okay, because these figures should not be played with because they're too expensive to risk breaking. But still, very cool. So, now we have the Getter 2 figure out of the way, let's go ahead and conclude this review. To conclude the review, Storm Fewture Ex-Gokin Getter 2 Repaint version is another fantastic release in the Ex-Gokin line. Getter 2 has a superb sculpt, superb paint applications, superb diecast content, fantastic accessories, and a good range of articulation. This figure is simply stunning and absolutely fantastic. I honestly feel that everyone owes it to themselves to pick up at least one piece from Professor Robo's amazing legacy. Now, do be warned, this figure can be pretty costly, so as always, my best advice is to hover over eBay until this figure pops up for the lowest price possible. This has been another review by DiegoDoom. Thank you very much for watching, and please stay tuned for more figure reviews. Like, comment, and subscribe.